Where's the picture? Why do I have no picture? Why is it a black screen? We will never know. Oh, lens cap. Ooh, welcome to the stream. You know, sometimes you gotta forget the old lens cap, you know? It happens. It happens. It does happen. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hopefully you can now see me and you can hear me. I hope. I wonder. I truly do. Can you see me? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you are doing absolutely wonderful today. It has been a little while since we streamed, so I thought today would be a really wonderful day to stream, relax, have fun, and de-stress after a horrible week. And we are ready to go. So our goal today, and we got a goal. We have a great goal, and an important goal at that. We've got to... The goal just disappeared in my head for a second. It just went... The goal is to finally set up the Emerald Hotel once and for all. We're going to get all of those villagers into their homes no matter what. No matter what. Even if I can't stream anymore, I'm still going to go. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. We also need to eventually, maybe in our next episode, if we can get it all done, we need to give Joe and Cub a little pass. Because if you remember, they saved all of my villagers a few months back. And we got to give them a pass. So free access, free emeralds, the whole thing. So yeah. Watching Scar at Disney World is very meta. That is truly next level Scar watching. I've never been more honored in my life that you've taken your time from your Disneyland day, or your Disney World day, that is. Your Disney World day to watch me. That's awesome, man. I hope you're having a wonderful time at Disney World. But yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you are all doing absolutely wonderful. There are so many messages and I can already see that it like cut some of them off. Let's see here. Stello025, thank you for the prime, very much appreciated. Wiggle Fox, thank you for the 19-month resubscription, very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you for the support. To Noob MC, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate the support. No Bro 6, thank you for the prime. Very much appreciated. And welcome aboard the Starship Good Times. Nels Devos, thank you for the 1 year aboard the Starship Good Times. Very much appreciated, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Let's see. Gascal Online, thank you for the another year subscriber. That's amazing. Thank you for the 12-month subscription. 1 year. Oh my God, how is everyone? I'm doing well. I think everybody in the chat, hopefully you're all doing well. Rum Chill, thank you for the 2 months. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Joe 2K. That is the 3rd year subscriber. That's amazing. Thank you so much for the 12 months aboard the Starship Good Times. Very much appreciate. Happy 1 year being scarred for life. Oh man, I appreciate your support. Let's see. Soko J90, thank you for the 18-month subscription. Very much appreciated. Wow, appreciate that. Let's see. ZJMX, thank you for the brand new subscription. Welcome aboard. Let's see. Tara Trebin, thank you for the 1 month subscription. Very much appreciated. Very much. Let's see. We're working up the list, my friends. We're working up the list. Let's see. Love Karma. You know names. People come from far and wide to hear me mispronounce their names. It's a great honor and a great service. I've mispronounced every one of my mods' names, and I still do. That's how bad it is. And I've known them for years. Let's see. Oh man, there's been some doozies. Let's see. Love Grandma, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. I just got hard chat. Well, hello there. Let's see. Anonymous cheer. I gave 100 bits. Appreciate that. Rella, thank you for the 1 month subscription. Very much appreciated. Corgatic, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. MC Pad 111, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Never Too Old Game 35, thank you for the 11 months. 1 more month and you're gonna join the year club, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, this is quite a list to move up through here. We're working hard. Gave up E01, thank you for the 1 month subscription. Very much appreciated. Let's see. P3 Biz Live, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. Whew. You guys, You've dropped a whole load of support on me here, and I appreciate it. I'm working through it. Let's see. This name bested me beyond all names here. This one got me. This one got me. It's like, hey, I am the anti-dyslexia machine. Or does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I need to think of how would that be. Like, I want to beat Scar's dyslexia. That could be it. That could be it. Scar, did you watch MCC? I did. We will be talking about. We'll be talking about green. Oh man, I have a pretty good joke. Thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Hey Scar, hope you're feeling better. Can't wait to see all you accomplish with you're part of the Gigabase. Dude, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Hannah22, thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Casey24, thank you for the 3 months. Astera Nada, thank you for the brand new subscription. Hannah22, thank you for the 2 months. What that repeat twice? Huh, that's strange. Repeated twice. Super Mermaid, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Oh man, I'm working through this list. I am dedicated. Let's see, Ninja, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Dragonator 0303, thank you for the 1-month resubscription. And Jiggy Dice, thank you for the 1-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Noel, thank you for the bits.
Streaming less than 3.
We'll get to that message too. We're gonna work our way up. We're gonna work our way up. Let's see. Just Meka, thank you for the 3 month. Very much appreciated. Kenna 9889, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. No, never mind. Thank you for the 2 gifted subscriptions. I read 2 things at once. But I'm working through it. Lily Words, thank you for the 6-month resubscription and a wild false raid. I didn't even see that. There's too many messages flying everywhere. Welcome, false raiders. Very much appreciated. False, I hope you are doing well. Congratulations on the MCC victory, of course. But thank you so much for the support, False. Hopefully you are doing well today. Let's see. Jamie Plays Minecraft. Thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Just Marco, thank you for the 5 gifted community subscriptions. Very much appreciated. I'm dedicated to making my way up to the top of this list. I am making my way. Daniel I, thank you for the 5-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Let's see, Salty Hellman, thank you for the 11-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Perplexed, thank you for the brand new subscription. Welcome aboard. We're working our way up. Guy, thank you for 54 months. That is unbelievable. 54 months. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Super 1933, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. Deb, thank you for the 6-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. I'm running out of air. Right, bro, welcome back. It's really good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. 27-month resubscription. Very much appreciate it. I hope you are doing very well. I really appreciate the support. Beacons All Mine, thank you for the 20-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. And Billy Flat, thank you for the 10 gifted community tickets aboard the Starship Good Times. 10 gifted subscriptions. Very much appreciated. The support means an absolute ton. Oh man, I'm working my way here. DVD 1138, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. L Step, thank you for the 6 months. Working our way. Love Hermitcraft, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. Okay, boom, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Let's see. Tuxie Cricket, thank you for the 4 months. Very much appreciated. King Blood, thank you for the brand new subscription. Cliff, welcome, Cliff. Welcome, Cliff. How are you, Cliff? Thank you for the 39-month resubscription, Cliff. Very much appreciated. You guys have killed me. You have officially destroyed the Scar. You officially destroyed the Scar. We're gonna get going now because or we'll just be reading subscriptions forever. I will keep reading as we go here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The support is amazing. If I missed anyone's names, I will read through all the list as we go today, and of course I will check the list and read through it after the stream. But thank you guys so much. How Darn Smooth, thank you for the brand new subscription. That's a funny name. How Darn Smooth. Ford Pool 18, thank you for the 9-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. And Switchy Bones TV, thank you for the 2-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Alseb, thank you for the 29-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. And Sleuth, thank you for the 17th. Very much appreciated. And Aurigalus coming in for 54-month resubscription. Getting close to the next badge. Good to see you, streamers. Good to see you, Wriggles. Very much appreciated. That's incredibly generous. 54 months. And Mother of Corgis coming at 8 months. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Mother of Corgis, I hope you were doing wonderful. And thank you so much for the support. Very much appreciated. And Esther 16, thank you for the 16-month subscription. Mega Hot Dog. Okay, that's a funny name. Mega Hot Dog, thank you for the brand new subscription. I appreciate you guys very much. Oh, I know I missed some people, but I very, very much appreciate all the support. But welcome, my friends. Welcome to Bodum. Here in Bodum, you know, I think Beat'em's phrased this area right. It's like in only the best way, it's like a giant circus. There's just so much going on. Every time you log on, there's always something new or something amazing to see. Absolutely wonderful. Anyway, let's get started today. As I said, we are going to be transporting villagers, and we are going to be doing it. We're going to be doing it. We are going to be doing it until we drop. That's right. That's right. We are. We're going to do it until we drop. Let's see. Scar winning his 3rd live season 2. We have recorded season our start. We have recorded the first episode. Spoiler alert, my episode is a absolute utter disaster, and I have not edited it yet because I am like too scared to look at it. I think I'll be able to save it. I'll be able to put it together, but I had an issue in the beginning, so I lost a little bit at the very beginning. And luckily there's like footage, so I'm probably just gonna like dub over the intro of me saying like, hey, this is season 2, these are the rules, this and this and that, because I lost some of that footage. And then I also just past halfway lost 40 minutes of footage. That was the most important parts. So I'm a little bit bummed out, but I'm gonna do my best to put it together and make it so it's, you know, entertaining, it's good and everything. But yeah, it was a rough start for the old Scar. So but I've got some good parts that I think I could put together really well. I was able to get somebody's replay footage to kind of like save some of it, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put in some effort today or after we stream, and then tomorrow probably been a 2-day edit on this one to fix everything. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think you guys are gonna absolutely love it. It's great. There's a lot of new stuff. Whatever you thought of season 2, completely exciting differences and wild stuff. Don't want to spoil anything. All right, we need to grab some things. You know, I wonder if Moss Block. Hold on. Let me see something about Moss Block. Hold on. Yeah. Do you think Moss Block is the new scaffolding block? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? New scaffolding block? I mean, it's quick. It definitely has a higher, like it's quicker to break. Look at that. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. That's not half bad, actually. Huh. Because if we were to do this with dirt, like either we would take out a shovel. But look how slow this is. Look at how slow this is. Look at that. Look at the slowness. Look at this. Look at this. I grew a beard in that amount of time. It's crazy. Let's try this today. We'll see. We'll see how it rolls. Ooh, I forgot. I need to do something with those. Ooh, next episode. Anyway, back to work. Back to work. Where's the rest of my moose? Where's the rest of my moose? There we go. Okay. What else do we need? What else do we need? Let's see. No, there is no scaffolding block in the game. This is scaffolding. Dirt is scaffolding. Black Steel 53, thank you so much for the 3-month subscription. Very, very much appreciated. Let's see. Who is online? We have a Hypno, a Joe, and a Wells. Let's see. Did I watch the MCC? I did watch it, and I enjoyed it quite. I enjoyed it. I caught it at the end of the Trident, and then into Build Mart, and then on from there, watching Green. I mean, him and Bill Mart, he told me before this that he is now like the manager of Bill Mart. The manager of Bill Mart. And so like I kept sending a message. I'm like, I'd like to file a formal complaint with the manager here at Bill Mart. Yeah, no, they killed it. They killed it, especially at the end with the arrows. That was great. That was great. Let's see. Daniel, thank you so much for the 2-month free subscription. Very much appreciated. And Clipmaster, thank you for the brand new subscription. Welcome aboard the Starship Good Times. Very much appreciated. All right, so let's see here. We need, I was gonna say we need track, and we now have track, and it is now ours. And we're gonna need some. We're going. Well, there you are. I'm always losing my hose. I'm always losing these guys in one of my helmets. Like, it's not that great of a helmet. But seriously, I was wondering where my hoe went. It's hard to keep track of your hose these days. All right, I lost. Actually, that is the third hoe I've lost, actually. That is totally the third. Annoying. Anyway, I need some iron. Need some iron. Where can I find my iron? Where can I find my iron? And you guys are still into the dirt. You guys are still into the dirt. You guys are still into the dirt. But I don't know. I'm gonna say we're gonna try this. We're gonna try the moss block. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes. Gonna rewatch season Third Life. Oh, dude, that's awesome. You get excited, right? Get excited about the next season, dude. It's gonna be exciting. I'm obviously a little bit bummed about my footage. But we're gonna come back with a vengeance, Bruce Willis style, in our next episode, and it's gonna be amazing. Not that this episode isn't good. Like, I'm gonna need some Scar support on it to get me through my frustrations of losing some of that footage. But we're gonna make the best of it, and hopefully people that don't even know I lost footage will not even know. They'll be like, this is good, I like it. I'm not giving away any spoilers. By like hour 2 in streams, I usually give away spoilers, by the way. That's usually when it happens. TNT, the best scaffolding block? It is quite speedy when you mine it. That is true. That is very true. But yeah, I'm gonna need some hashtag Scar support on that video. All right, break that and pop and in, and we are off. There we go. Let's roll. Pretty blue sky, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. And Daniel Christensen, 2221, thank you for the 2 months. Very much appreciated. All right, so let's go check in with our villagers. Let's just see how they are. I mean, we haven't. There's my other hoe. I keep making these things and losing them. It is very frustrating. I didn't even know I had one in my inventory. Well, hello there. All right, so who we moving? Who we moving? Who we moving? Who we moving? So we've got these guys. Okay, so we have the Masons. We have. I'm trying to remember because I had an idea on which ones I was going to move, and now I've like completely forgotten. Okay, so we got this guy, and then we have these tool fellas. Okay, so we got those. Okay, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to cut a shortcut here, and I'm going to move the cartographers up there. I'm going to do that first. I think I'm going to do that first. Okay, fellas, I'm going to set you up with some track here so we can get you out. Cut that out. There we go. Around the corner. Cut the doop, 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 and bam. There we go. And then this guy will go this way. All right, all right, all right. We're getting the track laid out. This is giving me memories of something I want to talk about today. Speaking of track, I had an idea for a series. It'd be really fun. It's a Disney series. That's right. We're going to talk about Disney right now. I want to do a series sometime called the Attraction Autopsy, where I utterly destroy and praise attractions, where it's all out. It's all out. No holds bar. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take what? I don't know, the Little Mermaid ride at California Adventure, and I guess it's at Magic Kingdom too. And I just break it down, like what works, what doesn't, and how I would have made it better. That would be a good that would be a good one. We should talk about that today. Okay. All right. Let's do one. What attraction would you want me to dissect? The name's a work in progress. But what attraction? What attraction at Disneyland, Disney World? I haven't, of course, been to any of the foreign parks, unfortunately. Someday I hope to, very much do, Paris, Tokyo. But what attraction would you like me to? I feel like I probably have to have ridden it. I mean, I could look at videos and pictures and stuff, but I feel like maybe I probably should. Watch it. Space Mountain. Oh, I designed a Space Mountain attraction. So when I was a swimmer, you know, if you're a swimmer, you know, there's like, you know, you got your kickboard, you know, you do your kick drills, you do your pole in with your pull buoy and stuff. I don't know what it was when I put that buoy between my legs and I started pulling. Like, it was the most, like, I don't know what it was. I was very good at pulling. Like, it was like no effort, and I could just lap people. And I would just get into this like zen phase when I was swimming, when I was pulling, you know, just working on the old upper body. And I would just go into this like zen thing, and I was so creative. It was so weird. I just could go into the zen place and come up with great ideas. And I completely redesigned Space Mountain once. It was fantastic. The Hulk ride, I've seen a lot of videos on. I haven't ridden it. I think the Hulk suffers, in my opinion. If you're all about the thrills, then that ride's great. If you want something more in terms of like a story and elements like that, that's where that attraction falls short. I think that's where VelociCoaster kind of kicks in, where Universal's like, hey, you know, we can add story. We can add these great elements to an attraction like a roller coaster. Even though a roller coaster is pretty boring in a lot of ways, it's just a lot of steel up in the sky, and it's mainly designed for thrills. But when I look at things like that, I want to see things like, you know, themed roller coasters and stuff like that. Take, for instance, you know, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot soon, and that's going to be an incredibly themed roller coaster. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, all right. Let me check the chat. What attraction do you guys want me to do? Star Wars? But what Star Wars? Star Tours? Star Wars Land? We could hit Star Wars Land. I've got thoughts. Not all of them are going to be popular. This is going to be mending books all over again. This is going to be mending. You guys are gonna get mad at me. Wait, this actually might be bad for our villagers' heads. This might be mending all over again. Star Tours, my beloved. Okay, we'll do Star Wars real quick as I build up towards Galaxy's Edge. So what's great about Star Tours? Star Tours, in my opinion, its greatest strength is its queue. It's queue. Think about this. You enter what is a spaceport, and you instantly are awed by the Starspeeder 3000 down in the corner. You see 3PO up at the top talking to R2, who's in the cockpit. These are animatronics like talking to each other, and this was designed in the 80s. And we just don't really see this level these days in a lot of ways. Like, well, I'll get to that in a minute. And then you come down, there's a big screen, you know, playing advertisements about like traveling to the forest moon of Endor. And this is, of course, I'm more referring, and I don't think they do forest moon of Endor now. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the queue since they renovated in 2011 because the chair and everything, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer because the queue's amazing. So you go in, you see that, and you're instantly like transported into this world of Star Wars. But what's so great about it is that it's not the world of Star Wars. You know, you were experiencing a new Star Wars. This is like the Disney theme park canon of Star Wars. Like, you're in Star Tours, which is so cool, right? So it's like, yeah, I know Star Wars and everything, but this is new. This is different. So you're going along, right? So you're going along, you're doing your thing. You see a star speeder, so now you're all transported. Originally, you could see the people mover kind of going through the queue too. So not only were you seeing all the C-3PO and the R2 talking to each other, you could see people on the people mover going by, and then eventually the rocket rods, and then absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. I'm not salty. Anyway, so when you round that corner, so you kind of come in, You round that corner, you see the screen, and now you're going kind of like right up against the Star Speeder where 3PO and R2 are. And then if you look up to the top, you see, now it's not exactly Admiral Akbar, but it's his species, the calamari, isn't it? Correct? Star Wars fans out there, it's the calamari, right? That's Akbar's species. I don't want to make a mistake. Yes, it is. Thank you. The Mon Calamari. That's right. The Mon Calamari. Perfect. Okay. So, and you see those guys. They're up there like in their little security booth, which is super cool, right? And then you work through there, and there's some like maintenance areas. I'm trying to remember. This is back when I went on it pre-renovation in 2011 because wheelchairs can't go through the queue. Too steep, too narrow. And then you go up and you see some droids trying to put each other back together, which were animatronics that were they were like the it's kind of sad, but they were the rejected animatronics from America Sings that didn't make it into Splash Mountain, and they were kind of in the corner, and they're like, we could throw those in Star Tours. That'll work. Rum, thank you so much for the 52-month resubscription. Very, very much appreciated. I don't know what you're talking about. Guardians of the Galaxy is the best, right? It isn't. Rum, we're going to get to there, and it's not. The engineer, thank you for the not brand new, sorry. Engineer, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Love you, Scar. Glad to see you back and healthy. Engineer, I appreciate that very much. And Madden, thank you for the 68-month resubscription. That's incredible. Thank you so much for the support, Madden. That's amazing. 68-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Hey, Scar, hope you're doing well. Hope you are too, Madden. Very, very much appreciated. Extreme 88, thank you for the 23-month Man, words are hard. Extreme 88, thank you so much for the 23-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Very, very much. Very much. You guys, the support today has just been unbelievable. I greatly appreciate it. Beyond words. Very, very much. So then you work your way up to the loading area. You get into the Star Speeder. So you're in the Star Speeder. It's cool too, especially if you've like traveled to the parks and after being on a plane, whatever reason, it was like cool because you have like the seatbelt signs and stuff. Then you get on the attraction, right? Now you're on the attraction. And this is where I kind of criticize the attraction at this point. What's cool about it is you're in the cabin and you have an animatronic in the cabin, which is a huge plus, right? That's like a huge plus. Where I kind of criticize the attraction, and this is its original form, and we can talk about the 2011 version now because I have written the 2011 version. Just can't see the queue these days, unfortunately. I think that they shouldn't have gone with the trench run personally, and I think they should have created more like unique battle, unique things like that. I think it was just like, hey, everyone wants to do the trench run, Death Star, all these things. There's assets that we can recycle and create and stuff like that. That's where I would criticize the attraction. But at the end of the day, everyone loved to go on the trench run. As much as I think it would have been cool for like the long run of the attraction to have more of a unique story, I think it's fine. It's a minimal criticism that I have of the ride. Where I do have a criticism of the attraction is the exit. Obviously, the exit of Star Tours is where they ran out of money. And a lot of times you'll see that in Disney attractions. You'll know where they lost money. You'll see where they ran out. And usually that's in dark areas of the attractions. So a place where there's like a transitional tunnel that's like just black. And you're like, oh, okay, this is where they ran out of money. But it's also can be to the benefit of the attraction in a way that it's a moment for you just to kind of like take a second to breathe. If you're running through a lot of wild scenes and you get a moment to breathe in the darkness and then you move in. Think of Pirates of the Caribbean, the darkness between the caves and the exiting of the caves into the battle scene with the ship and the fort. It's at that section works really well as like a natural kind of like breathe point before going from one scene to the other. It's kind of like a fade in, fade out black, if you will, for like editing. Let's see. But yeah, my criticism would be 100% the exit. It's literally just walls with posters. And when they renovated the attraction, they literally did themselves no favors by updating that at all. So that was kind of a bummer. But I really don't have a lot of criticisms for Star Tours. I think it was a absolutely fantastic attraction, especially for its time, being some of the first attractions ever to implement a simulator. So that was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I don't have a lot of criticisms for it. Let's go to an attraction that I have a lot of criticisms of. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to go there yet. Let's do Star Wars Land. So I've talked about the pluses of Star Wars Land actually in the past, because I really didn't want to get negative, but I'm just kind of in a negative mindset right now. Because I know what I don't like about this land. I know what I love about this land, and I know what I don't like about it. There's a lot of pluses. You could go on for an hour about all the great things about Star Wars Land, but there is some particular things that make this land not perfect. One of them is music. There is no music. There is next to no music in Star Wars Land. Every land in Disneyland, every land in all of the parks have area music. Area music is one of the most important things to setting a mood that you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to achieve excitement, if you're trying to achieve kind of a mystery, if you're trying to create an eerie feeling like you'll get from Tower of Terror, or kind of like the nostalgia feeling of Main Street with that kind of old-timey music playing, Star Wars Land has nothing. They went with sound effects, which was an interesting choice. They went with sound effects. And you know what's crazy is John Williams actually composed a fantastic score for the land. Nothing. There's no music. No custom music for the land, no traditional Star Wars music. The thing about Star Wars music is kind of what made those movies in a lot of ways. And to have nothing, literally nothing, it's weirdly jarring. So that's a criticism I have of the land. The second criticism I have of the land, and this is more modern Disney than what the Imagineers created or any creative choices, is that the attraction itself, or the attractions, are mostly paid attractions. So you have two rides. You have Millennium Falcon, which is a fantastic attraction, and you have the Rise of Resistance. Now, unfortunately, I won't comment on that because I haven't ridden it. It was not open when I went. And then you have your paid experiences. You have your lightsaber building and you have your droid building. Those are great experiences for people that, one, can afford that, and two, that they have like a really cool, like, unique souvenir. But that's not something that a big family can afford. That's definitely not something you can afford on multiple trips. So you do the lightsaber once, or you do the droid building once, if you can pay for it. And then are you going to do it again? How many droids do you need? Not a lot. So those experiences are fine in itself. Like, they're fine experiences. If that's Disney has that, people like to build the lightsabers, they like to build the droids, that's great. But what they didn't do was add a lot of things for people to do that don't cost money. So when I went to Galaxy's Edge, there was one attraction, the Millennium Falcon, which was a good ride, and it was fun to tour around the place, see all the details and all the Easter eggs and stuff. But at the end of the day, if you wanted to do anything else in that land, you had to pay upwards of over $100 for a lightsaber experience or the droid building experience. And that kind of like falls flat a little bit, because you're like, there's no shows, there was really no character meet and greets, like Chewie walked through once in a while. So a huge criticism on my part is it's all about upcharge, and it's disappointing. It's like DLC or cosmetic upgrades in your video games now. So there's that criticism that I have of the land. My other criticism, and this is more deeply rooted in like the creative choices of the land, I would have preferred Star Wars to do what they did with Marvel Land and created something that wasn't tied to canon, and created something that they can manipulate and play with whatever they choose to do, as what they're doing with Marvel, where every time Marvel releases a new property, they have characters walking around, they have stunt shows, they have Spider-Man flying around, and that's everything that Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be in its original concept. If you want to go way back, so the original concept for Galaxy's Edge was to have droids roaming the park, which they actually have developed and built. They have them, but they didn't implement them. They also had a huge array of characters, like Star Wars characters, like aliens, all sorts of different things that they would have had roaming the land, which would have given it life and energy and stuff like that. And those were cut, and a few other scenes. There's a few other like shows that they were gonna have, and that got cut. There was Oga's Cantina, which is kind of a bar in the attraction, like the cantinas from Star Wars, was also going to attach like a sit-down restaurant, and that got cut. The worst thing that they cut from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was the Bantha ride. It's extremely important, in my opinion, for a park or a land to have attractions for all demographics. So you can have your wild and crazy attraction for people who, you know, enjoy that. You can have like a slightly more subtle attraction, maybe a little bit lower tier, and then have something more passive. So passive would be like a people mover or something like that. And that's what Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was supposed to have. It was supposed to have a ride. It was supposed to have a Bantha ride. So the Bantha ride was you got on top of a Bantha, and the Bantha took you from where Rise of the Resistance is to the main area where the Millennium Falcon is. So it would have been this really cool like energy that the land could have had having this moving around attraction, which is my second criticism, or not second. I don't know what criticism level I'm on right now. My other criticism of it is that there is no kinetic energy in the land. And what's kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is a good representation of Rivers of America. You look out over Rivers of America and you see the Mark Twain going by, you see the sailing ship Columbia going by, you see the rafts going to Tom Sawyer's Island, you see the canoes going by. In years past, you can see the keel boats going by. Most people don't even know what the keel boats are these days, but they were a very old attraction. I don't even think I ever saw the keel boats. I don't think so. I saw them in Disney World. They lasted a little longer at Disney World than they did at Disneyland. But what I'm trying to say, oh, you scared me, bud. Oh, you frightened me. Where did you come from, bud? Oh man, wow, you scared me. Okay, but you guys kind of get the picture of what kinetic energy is. Think about it as Tomorrowland of the past also, where you had the people mover at Disneyland going, you had the Astro Orbiter up on the higher level spinning. All these little things just create like energy that people like subconsciously pick up on. Like it just gets you excited, it gets you kind of really into the moment. And I think what Galaxy's Edge kind of misses is that energy level, because all these amazing and big attractions that they made are all hidden away inside of giant show buildings backstage. And I just feel like it's missing that energy. Even to Fantasyland, think of like Fantasyland, you have the carousel spinning, you have Dumbo Fly, you have the Casey Jr. Circus Train, all the attractions, even though they're inside, you can get a peek to see what's going on. Like you can see the Peter Pan sailing ships going back. You can see the mine cars going into Snow White's. Hello, don't fall. You can see the mine carts going in. So there's a lot of energy moving around. Oh, I mean, come on. Alice in Wonderland. You have the caterpillars going across the vines. You have the Matterhorn up here. You got the Matterhorn. So you got people screaming and hooting and hollering up at those icy peaks of the Matterhorn. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about. All of these little attractions just create like a really fun and living environment. And it's something that, like, in times gone by, this is why we never get anything done. Where did you all go? There you are. Jeez Louise. It was very important to try to make the world be a living world. And that is my criticism in the end with Galaxy's Edge, is it is not a living world. It is the most beautiful designed buildings, rock work, and everything along those lines. But what it misses is that like living element that is very, very important. So that's my criticisms, is like most experiences are like upcharging, and then there's not enough living environment. There's not enough roaming characters. There's not enough like music. There's not enough sights and sounds and stuff like that. That is my official. That's what I disagree with in the creative choices and the business decisions of Galaxy's Edge. And you know, on a positive note, it's not all negative, of course. Like, Rise of the Resistance looks like the best attraction that Imagineering has ever created, and Millennium Falcon was a really fun attraction, and seeing the Millennium Falcon was amazing. And one of the things that did get me a little bummed out was because I watched the construction progress every time there was a new picture or video that ever popped up on YouTube. The day that they put the barricade around the Millennium Falcon was the day that I was like, I was like, oh man, I mean, we can't even walk under it. Even if it was like high and we can't touch it, we can't walk under it. That's such a bummer. Like, it's like, at least be able to like walk under the Millennium Falcon. Like, like, can we at least walk under it? But Bob Chicken was like, no, you can walk under it if you pay me $20. You can pay $20. But yeah, it's just sad because a lot of stuff got cut from Galaxy's Edge at the last second, and you can see those things that they cut in Marvel Land, and those are the shows, the characters, and you know that they can do that in Galaxy's Edge, and how incredible it would be to have that. But they, yeah, sadly they cut it at the last minute, and a bit of a bummer. Unfortunately, the guy who made those decisions is now the CEO, making those decisions throughout the entire company. And yeah, the old Parks people warned y'all. Y'all upset about these changes. Parks people warned you. They knew what was going to happen. They knew. Parks people knew what was going to happen. All these movie people now, they're like, whoa, what are they doing to Scarlet? What are they doing here? What are they doing here? And we're like, Parks people raising their hand. We told you. We told you. We told you. That's funny. Anyway, let's fix this. I realized I actually have carpet on me, right? Because not only is moss block the new best scaffolding block, you can make emergency carpet if you need it.
Glad to see you back, my friend. Also 4 years as a sub.
Gem. Oh, Gem. 4 years. Man, time flies. Time flies ranting about theme park attractions. Gem, I didn't see the bits. Gem, thank you so much for the bits. That's very, very generous of you and very much appreciated. That's very nice. I can't thank you enough. I feel like we're getting Eisner 2.0. Dude, I take Eisner at this point. Gem, thank you so much for the support. Very, very, very much appreciated. Can we get some hearts in the chat for the one, the only Gem? Can we get some hearts? I want to see some hearts in the chat. You know, I had some, you know, I had just disagreements more like with some decisions that were made under the old Iger, but they're nothing like with some of the decisions now. I love how this lightning lane business wasn't even a thing up until like months ago, because you could see how like attractions were being built with like fast pass tickets and all this stuff in mind. Like, Spider-Man has a sign that says fast pass. They're gonna have to take out. They just built. I'm salty. I don't like being salty. I do not at all like being salty. I do not like being negative, but there are things you just cannot deny right now that are kind of annoying. And lightning lanes are definitely that. But thank you guys so much for all the hearts in the chat for Gem. Once again, Gem, thank you so much for the support. Very, very much appreciated. It's very, very much. There we go. Okay, that's gonna be a... There we go. New window. We're just gonna put a window there, I guess, then. Oh wow, we're really making some home renovations today. We're just gonna push the window back one block. I think that'll be perfectly fine. What do you guys think? Perfectly fine? Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I think it's important to dissect things that you love to make sure that they are the, you know, like I really like Galaxy's Edge. Like, don't get me wrong, those are just things that I would have done to make them better. And then if I was in charge, like if I was given the $1 billion to say, make a Star Wars land, I would have taken the philosophy that is Marvel Land. So I would have taken the philosophy that is Marvel Land, and how all these characters, even if they're dead, are in the world. And I think that's good in the sense of a theme park attraction where you want to see and breathe these things. Like if I were to make a Star Wars land, I want to go into land where I can see like Darth Vader, Padme, BB-8, Baby Yoda. Like I want to see them all. Like I like that they took the creative choice to say like, we're gonna make a time and place, and I respect that, and I think they did their best work, but with those restraints. But I think in the end, most people want to see the whole of Star Wars, the whole of the universe, see the Darth Vaders and see I even want to see Jar Jar Binks. I said it and I stand by it. I wanted to see Jar Jar. So yeah, that's how I would have designed it in that. But at the end of the day, when you go on this Galaxy's Edge, it's fun, it's really cool. You do feel like you're on a Star Wars planet. Just need some music. Just need some music. Just need some music. But yeah, it's you know what's crazy is like back when they built it in 55, one of the things that made Disneyland so unique was literally the music, because it was kind of a unique concept. Everything about Disneyland was unique in 1955, but one of the things that really blew people away was the fact that everywhere you went there was music. And that just wasn't heard of then. Like it was like there's the people. This is what someone said once. There's literally a band following me around, and that's how it was. Like music has been synonymous with the parks forever, and Galaxy's Edge just lacks that, and it is so telling. I can guarantee you, for people who can't quite grasp the concept, if I were to like put you in an environment without or with, you would instantly realize this one is better over here with the music. And it's in a lot of cases, the music you never pick up on in a lot of cases, but when it's gone, you do. And I do have to give a praise. The cast members of Galaxy Edge, amazing, by the way, very good. The cast members go above and beyond their role, their job, whatever, to make that the best possible like land and experience for their guests, which I always think this is so awesome, like how much effort that they put into it. Ooh, you're gonna jump, aren't you? Unless this block blocks you. I don't know. We'll see. The Bright Suns. But yeah, cast members are great there. I can't wait to. And once again, like I don't like being negative. Just true facts. In my opinion, there are. Obviously, everyone's interpretation of things. Gem, 20 gifted subscriptions now, Gem. Gem, thank you so much for that. That's very, very much appreciated. Very, very much. Can we get some hearts again? In the chat? Very much appreciated. Gem Song is amazing. Yeah, that is my Galaxy's Edge dissection, maybe? I don't know what the right word would be. But what other attractions do you want me to praise and or criticize? I like this. This is fun. This is right up my alley. Can we do Little Mermaid? Can you indulge me with Little Mermaid, please? You guys really want Space Mountain? I got one for. I cannot. Oh, it'd be hard to criticize Small World. Mary Blair and the Sherman Brothers. It's hard. It would be hard. It would be very hard. Those two. That'd be very hard for me. To say anything wrong against Mary Blair or the Sherman Brothers. You guys. What are you trying to do to me? All right, let's do Little Mermaid. So, Little Mermaid. Little Mermaids had a few different iterations through Disney's history. Tony Baxter, the greatest of all Imagineers, once devised an attraction that would have been the greatest Little Mermaid attraction you could ever imagine. So what is that? Wait, is it supposed to be double carpets or just one carpet? Am I doing this wrong? Is it supposed to be actually, to make this correct, I think you have to do double carpets. So we can put the torch like that. Yeah. Good sir, I apologize. Your feet are going to be very sore. You only have a single carpet, but it's okay. It's okay. One villager is not going to be the end of the world. So he devised an attraction that was a hanging attraction similar to Peter Pan. What's the appeal of Peter Pan? Why does Peter Pan always have the longest line? One, it's a low capacity attraction. It only has one bench row. And two, it's a flying attraction. There is no other flying attractions like that in Disneyland. It's one of the reasons why that attraction is so popular. Lower capacity on top of being one of the greatest ride systems in the park. So he devised an attraction that was the Little Mermaid that was hanging and, you know, increased capacity, this and that to make it better, right? Okay. That attraction was phased out in favor of an Omnimover system. An Omnimover system is what you find in the Haunted Mansion, which you found way back in the day in Adventure Through Inner Space. That was the attraction that was where Star Tours is today. That is where Adventure Through Inner Space used to be. So Inner Space was replaced by Star Tours. So you get in your Doom Buggy or your Atomobile or whatever, and you go through there. Omnimover is similar to Buzz Lightyear Astro Spin too. Great attraction in some ways. It can be, an Omnimover can be great, and it can also be immersion breaking if it's not done correctly. Haunted Mansion does it perfect. Little Mermaid, that's where I'll get into it. So Little Mermaid was designed originally for the renovation to California Adventure. California Adventure in its original design failed. Disney decided that they would pump $1 billion into the park and try to renovate it. They added Cars Land, they added Buena Vista Street, they renovated the pier. And one of the things they added to the park, because it wasn't very family friendly, it didn't have a lot of family attractions, they were like, boom, we need something in regards to family. And what would be something that fits into a pier? Let's just throw Little Mermaid in there. Okay, you got the Little Mermaid now. Okay, fine. Little Mermaid's a good movie. Not sure I've ever seen it, but that's fine. I'm more of a parks guy. It's fine. I'm sure I saw it when I was a kid. So they build the Little Mermaid, and I want to talk first about the facade, because the facade in its otherworldly 77. Thank you so much. That's beyond generous. That's very much appreciated. You must really like Disney talk. Otherworldly, thank you so much for the bits. I'm a dodging, I'm a weaving. You even unlocked unintentional ASMR. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, I don't even have any words to say after Gem and that. I thank you so much. That's very much appreciated. Can we get some hearts? So they designed it. I'm not talking about Magic Kingdom, just because I haven't been on it there. So they created as like a pier front. So think about like the old piers of the turn of the century, the 20s. They created like pavilions. If you're following my drift here, they were very like decorative, kind of over the top, if you will, and even temporary in nature. A lot of them burned down, killed a lot of people too. They were wild. Those piers got wild in those days. But anyway, so you kind of see what I mean, right? Like they were kind of these pavilion-like things, very highly decorated. Usually a lot of ornamental designs, and that's how they designed the exterior for the Little Mermaid at California Adventure. And look, I followed this so closely. This is when I was incredibly sick, and I didn't really have anything in my life going on other than just learning about theme parks, learning about this, following along with the construction. Honestly, watching the construction of California Adventure's remodel like got me through some like the hardest times of my life. So I have a very, very keen knowledge of exactly how all this went down. And The little... Oh! What in the world? What the heck? Hello? Hello? Is this the start of a horror movie? You saw this, didn't you? That's even scarier right there. And a wild Yeti Whiskers enters the chat at 73-month resubscription. I used to mispronounce Yeti's old name back in the day. Speaking of mispronouncing names, but I can now pronounce his name. Welcome, Yeti. Hope you're doing well. Right now, Yeti, we have a magical villager. He's having magical times over here. Oh, you're on the road still. Oh, I hope you guys have had fun on your trip. Hopefully you had fun on your trip. I take it Mrs. Yeti's behind the wheel. I'm a little worried. Is there? Oh, okay, he's back. Oh, he's gone. Wow, this is like a magic village. Weird. Oh, let's get him out of his cart. Maybe that's what's causing that. No, he's just gonna be a magic villager. I've always wanted a magic villager in my life, and now we have a magic villager apparently. Fantastic. All right, Little Mermaid. All right, exterior cute, right? We discussed it. It was the pavilion style, similar to say a World's Fair in the early decades of, in the 1900s. Pier design, some of the ones that burned down, killed a lot of people. So they designed it like that. All right, sweet. The exterior originally on the roof lines was supposed to be patina copper, similar to what we have here in Minecraft now. It was designed to be very kind of very texturized, a lot of different colors built into the facade. Lots of references to the mermaid and stuff like that. And the original concept art was absolutely beautiful. One of the features of a lot of those pavilions in those days was the entrance was usually very big, right? And then ornamental structures going up on the sides. And the original concept art for Mermaid had a pretty beautiful glass mural in the center of it. What we got in the end was glass with some metal like wavy patterns up. So it's kind of a disappointment there. And so the original concept art showed all this stuff, and it was beautiful. It's like, oh, this is fantastic. And then, unfortunately, somewhere along the lines, somebody took a different creative approach to this. Remember, this is me dissecting an attraction to the fullest extent. Most people, 99% of people, are like, "Oh, that was great. I love the ride." But me, as somebody who wanted to design these things, I'm opinionated. So instead of like the multi-colors that were going to be in, a lot of shadings, a lot of texture in the design, it was painted in 2 tones of yellow and cream, and then the copper patinaed roof lines were swapped out for just metal light blue roofs. And it was like, okay, this wasn't what the concept art showed. All right, whatever. And then the attraction opened, and I like the Little Mermaid. Like, there's some parts in it that I really enjoy, but what the Little Mermaid fails at is immersion. I think the cave scenes are done really well, and I think the Ursula scene is the best scene in it. It actually creates an eerie environment. It kind of creates that environment. Where the attraction absolutely falls flat is the scene where you go in, you have Sebastian, he's banging on the pots and pans, and you have the mermaid over there and all the fishes dancing and singing in the big rotunda room. When that attraction first opened, it was a heavily lit room. So the room was very, very light. Oh, double carpets. Did I not double it? Oh, guys, you saved me. You saved me. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Why won't you do what you're told? To get on the dang minecart track, bud. I don't know what your plans are. Just get onto the minecart track. You know what? I'm gonna take your friend instead. That's right. You're on timeout. You're on thin ice, mister. That's what my mom used to always say. Tell me if I did something wrong, I was on thin ice. One time she said that ice is thinning. The ice is thinning. So one of the things that frustrated me about the Rotunda room was it was so bright. And I think some of the success on attractions like Peter Pan, Snow White, Pinocchio, Mr. Toad's in those days was they're all basically cardboard, like, you know, plywood painted scenes. But in my opinion, some of those are more immersive because it's very dark and you only see these scenes for split seconds, right? You see the painted scene, but you only see it for 2 seconds. And your brain doesn't even really compute that it's painted. You just see this like forced perspective painting. You're like, oh, there's an alleyway. Oh, whereas the Little Mermaid it's slow and it gives you too much time to see the flaws or imperfections, and especially when it's lit so brightly. Shortly after the attraction opened, they actually realized they kind of made a mistake. The attraction was closed for 2 or 3 months, and that scene was, the lighting level in that scene was decreased by like 50%, and they painted the all the little fishes and stuff like that in blacklight paint, and that helped. It substantially helped that scene. So at least one of my criticisms was validated by them realizing the same and actually changing the attraction. But that's one criticism I have of it. Another thing is, and it's why some of the earlier attractions work, in my opinion, better in some cases, is that the scenes that you're going through are so far out in modern attractions. And I don't even think that's a creative decision. I think that's a regulatory thing that, you know, if the vehicle's here, you can't have scenes this close to the vehicle. They have to be a certain distance apart. That is a speculation on my part. That's not something I know for a fact. It's what I speculate to be the case. But it still takes you a little bit out of it when the scenes are so far apart. You don't feel like immersed in the scene as you would like in a Pinocchio, where everything is so close and on top of you. So that's one. But and then if you move past the Ursula, which I think they did fantastic on, and then the end, where the attraction fails out of all of the things, is it doesn't have a conclusion in terms of killing Ursula. That was the scene that was taken out of the ride, and I think it was taken out of the ride because they're worried, I don't know, maybe little kids would find it scary. I think we can probably give little kids a little more credit than that of being scared by that. I mean, if they watch the movie, I'm sure they're probably all right with it. So Ursula's scene was cut from the attraction, and in the end, she has a little silhouette in the back corner of the final scene of her dying. And it's like, that's such an important scene of the movie and the conclusion of the attraction. And it would have been that extra little like element, because in an attraction, you to really like hit a lot of keys of your emotions, like you got to check off like a little bit of scary, like a redemption, like a happy. There's got to be like a little bit of a funny element, but you need that scary element. You need that scary element or that element that makes you sad. Like you need those. Those are ingredients of good storytelling, and those ingredients are missing without that final Ursula scene. Instead, it's just them kind of like waving to the boats, and it's like, oh, all right. I just think that you could have had a more thorough story by adding that scene. And once again, like I believe that they removed it because, I don't know, budgetary, and/or I think they were like, kids would probably be scared. Kids watch the movie. I'm sure they're probably all right. I think we need to give kids a little more credit than that in some regards. But anyway, like I've never liked, when people like talk down to kids or like dumb things down too much for them. Like I think kids are sometimes a lot more capable of dealing with stuff than we give them credit for. Anyway, let's see. Wandering Golf, thank you so much for the 5 kids subscription. Very much appreciated, my friend. Very, very much. Very generous of you. Let's see. Like Bob Russ said, you have to have a little bit of dark in order to see the light. That's so true, Kaz. That's so true. That is so true. Oh my gosh, that is beyond correct. Beyond correct. Walt Disney always said too was that for every laugh you need a tear. And it's true. You need to have a balanced storyline. You need to have a balanced story that has its ups and its downs. Those downs are what makes the ups so much better. If it's all up, then it falls flat and you're just kind of like, all right, it was fine, I guess. But if you have those downs is what gives you that up and it makes you so excited in the end. So I magical villager here. Look at this. It's like a game. It's like not a game. It's like a I don't know. You could do some kind of beats, right? It's like musical beats. Boop. Well, you have to get a time where you knew when they would pop and not, and then you could go like beep, bop, boop, bop, 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 bop. You could get it. This is the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what's going on here, but this is new to me. I love this. This is great. Anyway,
love
chunk
the
borders.
Disney talk.
Good me.
If you like the Disney music, I recommend listening to the voice play medleys and also cover of Grim Grinning Ghosts.
Ooh. Oh, dude, I think I've seen that it's been a little while, but I think I've seen that. If you have a link, send it to me on Twitter. I feel like I've seen it, but maybe not. Trying to remember. Anyway, yeah, but thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. I would love to see it. Let's see, sound bad. Thank you for the 49-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Very, very, very much. And Regal is given a gift subscription to Kaz. Very, very generous. Regal is very much appreciated. Let's see. And Dirty Party coming at 29-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Yellow is the worst color. Thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Scott, let me tell you, I adore the mountains. Well, I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. I do want to talk about those because I was worried about them. And they weren't what I had in mind, but it's what happened. And that's kind of the beauty, I guess, of Minecraft. Sometimes you think you're going in one direction and you end up somewhere else, but you're kind of pleased. But, you know, I don't know. That's the whole thing. Those mountains were really hard. So I appreciate the nice words. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the bits. Very generous. You've been very kind. I'm dodging those bits. Very much appreciated, my friend. Okay, let's see. So you guys said that you think this is a chunk boundary right here? Very well could be. We've had some chunk boundary issues on Hermitcraft. My door on my first wagon, if you go through it, it lags. Like there's like a lag spike going back and forth, and there's a chunk border literally on my door. Okay, so we talked about Mermaid. We talked about kind of missing some of the emotional story beats. It's too light. Things are too far from the vehicle. I think the original concept art showed another thing that I really loved was, you know, the scene where mermaids, or Little Mermaid, whatever her name, is it just Little Mermaid? Does she have a real name, or is it just a Little Mermaid? I was curious. Is it? Oh, Ariel. That's right. It tells you I'm more of a parks guy. I'm a small demographic of the Disney community. You know, did she just go by the Little Mermaid? Oh man. Oh, that's embarrassing. For the extensive knowledge of my Disney mind to not know what her name was. Is so bad. You know, just that Little Mermaid. Hi, I'm the Little Mermaid. Oh man, that is really funny. Are we out of villagers? We need to go get some more. We need to go get some more. Why do I have 5 of these in my inventory? How did I get? Did I grab some of these? How do I have 5? Because all of these have been replaced except one, which you'd think I would only have 1 in my inventory, but I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I grab them in downstairs? Oh, I don't remember. I was wondering if there was some kind of weird duplication thing because I literally broke. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how many I have in my inventory. I wonder if there was some kind of weird glitch, but yeah, if I'd grabbed them downstairs, then I don't know what's going on. There we go. Losing my mind, I guess. I don't think I'll ever live that one down. Does the Little Mermaid have a real name? Or is it just the Little Mermaid? But Little Mermaid had those like those good story beats. And they fell flat in the ride a little bit. But at the end of the day, the ride, once again, is another thing. It's fun. It's fun. I like getting on the vehicle. It's wheelchair accessible, which is a huge plus. The queue falls flat to me, but the attraction has great elements. Like I like the little seagull dude at the beginning. He's fun. I like the cave scenes. Those are cool. For Mermaid, when she's like doing her Ariel, when she's doing her like or like her bits and bobs or whatever she calls them. The original design was interesting. I'm trying to think of a way to represent this. So how about this? How about if okay, so if you were to look at like the phone right now, so if she's right here, right, and then her bits and bobs are surrounding, the original attraction was to start high, and then it would loop around like this. Instead of as it is now, it just goes like this. So you see, it created like more of like an experience as it like looped around and just created like a more immersive scene. And that was probably cut for budgetary reasons, but that would have been cool, like to have that larger perspective. How I would have redesigned these attractions, I would have created an attraction with a vehicle. You know those shells that kind of like fat and then they kind of go off like a carrot. You know those ones? So you would probably have four rows of it, right? And then you would have an outdoor portion of it, a part of it where the vehicle leaves the show building, and you could do this very easily in California. Florida, not so much. And it would go out via some rock work, and then it would plunge down in a little bit of a drop. So think of like maybe Journey to the Center of Earth in Tokyo, but not so intense. So it would kind of like plunge down, and what it would do is it would go through some like coral rock outside, so you could see the vehicle. It'd be so cool to see an actual vehicle come out, plunge into the rock, and you would have like a little wave effect every time a vehicle goes in. A little wave effect would come out, and that's a little like just something I think would be really cool. Like a carrot, I guess. You know, there's those shells that kind of like get a little bit bigger, whatever. I think it would make for a nice design. You would stack the vehicles in there. The vehicle would come out of the show building, plunge down. A big wave would come up every time a vehicle goes right into the bay. Obviously, World of Color seating areas in that area, but I think it could still work. You could turn off the water for World of Color, the whole thing. Anyway, so that would go, and it would give you that extra little like Pirates of the Caribbean drop. I think would be cool. And honestly, you know, obviously this attraction was designed. Everybody okay? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'll get you. I got you. I got really into Disney talk. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This was an accident. I'll assure you. I'll assure you. I'll fix this. I'll make this right to you. Hold on. I need some gold. Oh no. All right, go. There we go. I'm glad I'm disorganized where I just leave random items everywhere. Ah, there we go. Look at none of all my particles on. Oh, there we go. Sweet. All right. Well, he's healing. Good. There we go. I just think that would be really cool. I love attractions that have any form of exterior elements. Like Winnie the Pooh has a good element where it comes out of the show building. I think Kong
Modern
at
Disney
Islands
don't
Adventure is
scare
cool.
The kids classic Disney bring on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Don't scare the kids. Oh man. Oh, that's such a weird ride, but I hope they never change it. Like sometimes I think what's cool about Disney is Disneyland in particular is it does have some of those weird elements that like you would never see made anymore. Like you kind of hope that Mr. Toad's doesn't change too much, just because it's such a weird kind of attraction that I don't know. You never see something like that again if it ever left. So yeah, it left at Magic Kingdom. So I hope it doesn't. I haven't been on it in years and years and years, unfortunately, because it's not a wheelchair accessible attraction. It doesn't have like a transfer vehicle or a wave vehicle, but yeah, it's a unique attraction to say the least. You know what's interesting? You guys familiar with Tony Baxter at all? He's as I said before, he's one of my favorite all-time Imagineers. He said something really interesting in a podcast a while ago. I think it was on the Season Pass podcast. Maybe episode 2 or 3 with him, somewhere around then. He talked about Disney World, and when they were designing their Fantasyland attractions, they were actually going to do completely different attractions than they had at Disneyland. And I really wish they would have fulfilled that. Really wish they would have fulfilled that and stuck with it. They were going to have like what's the dude with the pumpkin and no head? Ichabod Crane. There we go. Sleepy Hollow. They were gonna have like a Sleepy Hollow attraction, which is really interesting. They were gonna have a, if I'm not mistaken, it was either a Sleeping Beauty or a Cinderella attraction, and maybe one other one. But they were all going to be unique to, and they weren't going to be copies of what Disneyland has. And I thought that was awesome. There may have even been a Mary Poppins attraction in there somewhere. But that would have been really cool, and I really wish they would have. Done that. I think it would have been awesome. It would have given Disney World, you know, something unique instead of just kind of copies of what was existing. Even though the attractions weren't 100% clones, they were still the same like properties, if that makes sense. I wish they would have done that. There we go. Sweet. All right, let me check with the chat. Let's see. Have you met Shadow Lady? Oh my gosh, there was such a funny, like, before we started, like, it was the first time I ever met her. Yes, it was the first time. And people were saying, like, what do you go by? And then one person was like, I can't remember who said it, but like, she goes by LD. And then so people started calling her LD. She's like, no, do never call me LD. It's funny. That was the first time I've met her. She's very nice, very excited to do more with this season. So yeah, super excited to do more with Woods. Actually, I think I met her in the first.
Since we're on Disney Talk.
Oh, this is a spoiler, but it's funny.
Series of DuckTales. I've been watching it recently, and the writing is really good.
Oh, I have not seen it. I do want to see it. Is it on Disney Plus? Is it? I would like to see it. I have not. I've always meant to see the new seasons. Anyway. Oh man, there was a really funny, because I bumped into her and there was great. I don't want to spoil it. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. You guys will have to just see it. It's just a funny thing that Grian says as she runs away. Because she was like scared of me, and Grian's like, you don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know him. It's really funny. That's as much as I'll give you. I tried to scare her and look big and tough with my new skin, and Grian's like, you don't know him. You soon will. He's not. It's really funny. But yeah, good times, except for the fact that my episode is half ruined, but I'm gonna do my best to fix it. I'm gonna need some Scar support on it. Let's see. Please just breathe. Thank you so much for the 17-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. So thrilled to catch the stream. Hope you are doing well. Well, I appreciate that very, very much. Cass, thank you so much for the bits once again. Very, very, very much appreciated. Let's go. Thank you so much. And a wild Mazadoodle coming in at 73-month resubscription. A wild 73. Very, very much appreciated, Maz. Very, very, very much. That's 73 months. That, if you were to go back in the Scar time machine, it's a feature here on the Starship Good Times.
Fun fact, Scar's favorite ride is Stitch's Great Escape. He loves it.
There's only one way I can cure myself from that taste that was put into my mouth. That Lilo and Stitch taste. Hold on. There's only one way to fix this. There's one way to fix this. Only one way. Ow, besides strangling myself with my headphones. Oh, it's a big cat. That's a big cat. That's a big cat. There's only one way to fix that taste. Is a very sleepy cat, by the way. All right, we're going big screen. Wow, I look like a ghost today. My lights are incredibly bright. It's like washing out the camera. I could double as a ghost, so I guess it is the spooky season we're coming up on. Oh, Bubbykins. Oh, she's grouchy. Are you grouchy? Oh, she's a little bit grouchy, apparently. Are you grouchy? You were asleep, I guess. I guess that is kind of a bummer, honestly. Just hanging out, you're asleep. I come over there, pick you up. But I needed you, Jelly. Like, I needed you after hearing about Lilo and Stitch be my favorite ride. Did you know, Jelly? I'm not even joking, Jelly. Did you know that it replaced Alien Encounter? Like one of the greatest non-ride shows ever created by Imagineering? Damn, it's crazy. Did you know, Jelly, that Alien Encounter originally was supposed to be based on the Alien franchise? And at the last minute, they didn't get the rights to it. So then they got help from George Lucas and ILM to create Alien Encounter. Yeah, that's actually a true fact. That Eisner at the time really wanted to create it like as the scariest
Jellie
attraction
has
ever.
confirmed to me that she loves the ride too.
Is this true? Is this true? No, Jelly didn't say that. Madge, Jelly didn't say that. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her. What is she doing? Why do I have this impression she's gonna like bite me in the neck? Oh. Yeah, she said she didn't. She said she didn't. That was a lie, right? Was that a lie? Was that a lie? Yeah, it was, as she said. Cat doesn't lie. Cats don't lie.
Hi Scar, just got in from work, sorry.
Oh, okay,
Glad and
okay,
catch the
all
rest
right,
of
all
your
right. You
stream.
can go down if you want. Say goodbye, but you have to say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, look at her pot. 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 Okay. Soft landings. No. Jelly. Well, I'm gonna put you softly on the ground. You will not jump yourself. I don't want you to get hurt. All right, soft cat landings. Soft cats. There we go. Soft landings. There she goes. All right, I feel better. Much better. There we go. Back to the game. There we go. Sweet. All right. Do you guys feel better? I feel way better than I did. All right. Got a lot of hair on me. A lot of hair. Let it let. Thank you for the 2 months. Very much appreciated. What I loved about Alien Encounter, actually, which Stitch's Great Escape replaced it, and it's hard for me to even go there. But anyway, Alien Encounter was cool because, unfortunately, these days that I know everything there is to know about rides, attractions, and stuff at Disney, and at that time, going to Florida when I was very young Scar, I had no idea what Alien Encounter was. And I kind of miss that a little bit of going in and never knowing what you're going to experience. That's why I haven't, or at least I've tried my best not to see any ride videos of Rise of the Resistance. It's hard to not see them, especially when you watch a lot of like theme park videos or promotional stuff. So yeah, I see little bits and pieces, but I generally, I know too much about it. It's a trackless attraction. I saw all the concept art, but I tried my best. But when Alien Encounter went on it, like, I didn't know if it was a ride, if it was a show, it was a meet and greet.
For my 73-month sub anniversary, I would like you to admit that you love Stitch's Greatest Escape. Less than 3 smile.
Jelly, I'm gonna need you again. Happy 73-month sub anniversary. I'm here to admit that I loved Stitch's Great Escape. A little blue fella, so cute, you could squish his ears. I did it. Is that okay? Did I do it? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Sorry for me, I'm sorry. That was hard. That was hard. I'm gonna take my blood pressure, see how high it went. Not everybody just has a blood pressure machine on hand.
Have you watched The Owl House? It's a very well-written Disney show.
I've never heard of that, actually. I'll look that up. Who has a pulse oximeter and a blood pressure meter within reach of their desk? It's gonna be like 200 over 108 because I had the stress of saying that I like Stitch. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, put your predictions. Predictions in the chat. Predictions in the chat. Predictions in the chat. It was 126 over 92. Pulse was 75. For streaming, that's probably not that bad, actually. That 90 is a little high, actually, a little bit. 30. I have a pretty wild blood pressure range, so that kind of just falls somewhat into it. Oh man, that was hard to say. That, you know, this makes it really hard to know which cell has a villager and which one doesn't. Like, it's really hard to tell when they go invisible. Like that this makes it really difficult. Like I don't know where they are at times. This is very difficult. It's very difficult. Okay. What other attractions do you want me to ruin? What other attractions do you guys want me to ruin? I'm not a fan of Stitch either. Dude, we could create a clubhouse and we'll be best friends. Yeah, let me know. Like, what other attractions do you want me to ruin? Bodum's laggy? I mean, there was one day when things were kind of weird, kind of wonky. Things were kind of wonky one day. I haven't really experienced that much lag, actually. I know other people say that, but maybe I'm just so used to lag. Like, I used to play on a Mac, so I'm kind of used to lag, so maybe I'm just used to it. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the greatest ride ever. Let's see. Matterhorn. Okay, Tron. I've never been on Tron. Oh man, I want to go on Tron so bad. Indiana Jones. It's my favorite ride of all time. Let's talk about Indiana Jones. What is wrong with Indiana Jones? Literally nothing. There's nothing wrong with Indiana Jones. It's the greatest ride ever. Do you want to talk about what Indiana Jones almost was? Indiana Jones almost was a complex of attractions. That's what's crazy about Indiana Jones. So if you go deep, let's go deep together. So when they originally pitched Indiana Jones, it was supposed to be a stage show over in Frontierland, where the entrance to Galaxy's Edge is today, where you might remember, if you're a park aficionado, kind of the barbecue area, if you're familiar with the old Frontierland barbecue. They were pitching it as a young Indiana Jones stunt show. So you remember at the Raiders of the Lost Ark at the beginning when there's like the circus and there's Indy? Well, that was supposed to be a show. So that was going to be like a show. And at the time, like Eisner of all people were like, we gotta punch it up. And so the Baxter, Mr. Tony Baxter, greatest manager of all time, at least one of them, he went over and came up with this concept, right? So you had the Indiana Jones ride that we know and love today. I haven't been on it since 2006. Oh, that's hard to say. And then you had the roller coaster version of Indiana Jones, like you'll find in Paris or Tokyo Disney Seas, and you would have that also in the same building. And on top of that, you have the Jungle Cruise going through this building. And on top of that, you have the train. So it was this enormous like building. And this was probably, I don't think there was ever even a realistic budget that could ever have made any of this actually into reality. But just thinking about it's fun because this was the original like idea, the original concept behind the Haunted Mansion, the Indiana Jones. No. Hello, that's what in the world? No, this is not fair. Not fair, game. Not fair. Not fair, game. What in the world? You don't kill my buddy. Don't kill him. Oh man, this is a hostage situation. This is a hostage situation. This is seriously a hostage situation. I don't know what to do about this. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You know how hard these villagers were. Oh my gosh. This game is really trying to throw me right now. I just want to make sure it's still alive. I'm just going to peek around the corner. No. Okay, still there. Okay. All right, we're going to run. No, don't shoot him. Okay. Shot him again. He's probably low on health. Okay, okay. Can I splash some healy potions on our bud? Throw heal potions. Okay, let's go get some. Because unless the skeleton disappears, might disappear when we leave the area. Oh man. I still am going to get a heal potion because... Oh, I wonder what these are for. Oof, couldn't even imagine. What could Scar be up to? Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. Those on there. Look at me remembering recipes. I hope you're proud of me right now. I hope you're proud. Are you proud? Proud of this? Whew. Hello, Nikon. Thank you for the 50-month free subscription.
For the chunks to unload to get the skeleton to despawn.
Wait, hold on, Cass. What was that? Let's see. You have to fly. Hold on, let me read that. Let's see. You have to fly far enough for the chunks to unload for skeleton to spawn. Yes, I'm gonna probably do that, but I'm gonna grab some of these health guys just to be safe with our bud. I don't want him to die. And let's see. Hello, Grassman. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions aboard the Starship Good Times. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Very, very, very much. Very, very, very much. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I hope you're proud of me right now. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do him well. We're gonna give him 2. We're gonna give him 2 milkshakes. That's how much I love my villagers. It's very much so. So concept, Indiana Jones. So have you written Indiana Jones? Who's written Indiana Jones in the chat? Post yes. Post yes. Or no. Whatever. If you've written it, you've written it. If you haven't, you haven't. Whatever. So do you kind of see that concept that I'm talking about? How you would have had the... Wow, my brain just literally like took a poop. Like it just shut down. It was like... So you have that concept of the ride that we know, the ride, the minecart roller coaster ride in Paris and Tokyo. You had the Jungle Cruise going through this building. You had the train going through this building. Like that was the original design. And obviously that was a bit unrealistic. Indiana Jones at that time was the most expensive, most technological advanced attraction ever made. It cost around $100 million. And this was in 1995. So yeah, pretty long ago. Now like Mermaid cost almost that, which is crazy to think about. So you had that. So what do I not like? There's not a lot that I don't like. It is my favorite attraction from the very beginning of like going on that when I was a very young Scar. The attraction, just like everything about it was perfect. Like it takes you it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It takes you out of the world and puts you in another world, and you forget you're even at Disneyland, because you actually have to walk like it's like a quarter of a mile or something from Adventureland all the way to the loading area, because you have to go under the railroad tracks, I think, right? I think you do. I mean, eventually you have to go over the railroad tracks. I think the queue goes under the railroad tracks, if I'm not mistaken. There's not a really big elevation change in the attractions queue, but I'm pretty sure it goes under the railroad tracks. Unless it goes under the railroad tracks on the actual ride, but I don't think so. Huh. Because Pirates of the Caribbean, the reason it has the drop is to go under the railroad tracks. The reason the Haunted Mansion has the stretching room, it doubles as an elevator, is to go under the railroad tracks. But Haunted Mansion, or Indiana Jones' show building, is on the other side of the railroad tracks, but I'm not sure where the cross point is. Anyway, so you take this like amazing queue that goes all the way through to there, and it just transports you one step at a time out of the world. When you're on the attraction, where I would say there are places to criticize, because this is my criticizing session, is the skeleton scene with the blowing darts. I think they could do that scene way better today. I want to see some actual animatronic skeletons that maybe are like not facing you, but when you enter that room, they turn at you and start spitting directly at you. So if they were like this, they would then face you. So on the wall, instead of painted scenes with little like air darts, they would actually turn and face you as animatronics. I think that'd be really cool. I always thought that the Mara scene with the eyes, always thought they could do that better. Instead of the giant statue, literally have a Mara, like literally have this god appear in front of you, in more of like a human form. I think it'd be really cool, because I always thought like if you had a more animatronic human form that maybe like rose up, you could also, and this, you'll be surprised for me to say this, but I think they could take Cobras and also have them like rise up and look at you at that scene. I think that'd be really cool. The scene with the bugs with the light that shines through there, I think they could redo that one and make that a little bit better. I think those are the only scenes that I think that could be improved, especially with today's technology. They could take the technology from Tokyo Disney Sea's version of Crystal Skull's Indiana Jones and create that smoke effect. If you're familiar with what that is, it's hard to explain, but it's this puff like mushroom cloud smoke effect. It's really cool. I think they could do that. Those are the only things those are the only things I would change about Indiana Jones. I think it is generally one of the most perfect attractions ever made. Absolutely fantastic ride. I saved your life, and I need you to stand on that carpet. Do it. Do it.
Documentaries / shows / books would you recommend for Imagineering / park history? Something better than behind the attractions.
We did it, except I'm in a hole. Let's see, what documentaries? Let me find that. I want to make sure I read that correctly. Make sure I got what you said. Let's see. What documentaries, shows, books would you recommend for Imagineering park history? Something better than behind the attractions. Dude, I'm not a huge fan of the style of narration, but it was fine. It's okay. It's whatever. Not everything has to be like what you love. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just appreciate seeing Raleigh Crump. That's all I care about. But it really turned me off to that show when I found out that they stole stuff from YouTubers. Like, come on, you're a multi-billion dollar corporation. You can't pay to have like your own graphics made. Like, you take it from a YouTuber? Like, come on. What are you doing? So I would say, first of all, on Disney Plus, if you've obviously, it sounds like you probably have Disney Plus. I would watch the Imagineering story. It is hands down one of the best pieces on Imagineering. It shows the ups, it shows the downs. There's a little bit of Bob Iger propaganda at the end where they don't really criticize modern things. They talk about how great it is, which in the future, you know, obviously it'll be a mixed bag. Like some worked, some didn't. This worked great. This was amazing. This was kind of like, you know, right now it's kind of like all roses and sunshine at the end. But what they did really well is they did show some of the faults of the California Adventure design and stuff like that, which I think was really, really good. That's where I would start. Because that's fantastic. I'd also watch the Pixar story just to kind of complement it. I think that goes really well. That's on Netflix, I think, still. So book wise, I have so many books that it's hard to even contemplate which one to even tell you. But I would definitely start with the Imagineering story on Netflix or Disney Plus. Lisa Iwerks was the director or producer, and she basically just created it. She is phenomenal. She did the 100 Years, I think, documentary on Walt back in the day, which was really good. And when I knew she was going to helm this Imagineering project, I was like, this is gonna be good. And it definitely was. She is the great granddaughter, I believe, to Iwerks, who was the guy who was kind of the wizard of like coming up with all the cool and amazing multi-plane cameras and all the technical stuff back in the day. Helped Walt design Mickey, and it was the whole thing. So really cool family. Her dad, I believe, was an Imagineer also, I think. No, don't quote me on that one. Don't quote me on that one. So yeah, that's a really good place to start. The books, that's a tough one because I have such a stack that I don't even know which one I would pick off the top of my head. I would say maybe things like look for books on like Mark Davis. Mark Davis is fantastic. Find the book from John Hench, The Touch of Disney. That's a good one. So John Hench, Mark Davis, those are all really good ones to start with. Those are Imagineers. Think about Mark Davis. He's the one who designed most of the villains and a lot of the princesses. So like, you know, he did a lot of incredible stuff. John Hench was just like a powerhouse of creativity. So yeah, those are good places to start. I'll try to think of some more. I don't know like what's out of print either. Like a lot of my books are very old and out of print probably. So yeah. I don't know. I hope that gets you started, but I would definitely start with the Imagineering story, and that will give you a lot of content too. There's quite a few episodes. The first 2 episodes are really good. The next episodes, when they kind of like, you know, talk about kind of the shortcomings of California Adventure, I thought was very surprising and very appreciated that they were to actually say something against the company, which I was kind of blown away by actually. So yeah, it's a great show, and it'll teach you a ton. Plus, you got Bob Gurr in there, and anytime you see Bob Gurr, if you're not familiar with Bob Gurr is is a self-taught engineer who created the Matterhorn, not the Matterhorn, well, somewhat of the Matterhorn. He created a lot of the design of the Matterhorn, the monorail, all the vehicles on Main Street. He designed. He designed the Omnimover system. Like, Bob Gurr is amazing, and Bob Gurr is in there. He reminds me so much of my grandpa. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. Any other rides you want me to criticize? All right, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because our fella might want to try to jump over here. I kept that open because this was the only place to put our chest for sending emeralds down. So we might put something here. I don't know what. This is going to be a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. I wonder if we just did something really simple like that. Could the villager make that jump? If we can, I suppose they could too. But could they make that jump is the question. A glass pane, but we still need access to the chest. That's going to be tricky. Expedition Everest is tough because I've never been on it. I've seen a lot of videos on it. That's one that I don't really have a lot of criticisms, especially being that I've never went on it. So that's a tough one. I feel like if I went on it, I would know, outside of the fact that the Yeti is still broken to this day. Cars Land? Okay, we can talk about Cars Land. I love Cars Land. Yes, okay. Cars Land. Criticism in Cars Land. Actually, let's talk about Cars Land in a positive light to start with. The most beautiful rock work of anywhere in North American parks. Something that would suppress it would probably be Mount Prometheus at Tokyo Disney Seas. That is on another level that is unimaginable. It is. Mrs. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions to the community. Very, very much appreciated. That's very generous of you for giving 5 members of the community a subscription. That's super nice of you and very much appreciated. The rock work is just phenomenal. Like Cars the movie to me was kind of like...
A single trapdoor should prevent the villagers from jumping due to their height, but if you're worried you could do one on the top and bottom of the hole.
It's a good idea. Very good idea. Thanks, guys. Very much appreciated. So that's a huge plus. Cars, the ride itself is my favorite attraction that I can go on. Indiana Jones will always be my favorite ride, but well, I can't always say my favorite ever. I can't, because who knows? There could be another Rise of the Resistance might be my favorite ride. You never know. What are you doing with these little green particles? All right, up you go, and down you go. So that is my favorite attraction. But where I would actually criticize the attraction is its layout. And this might have been a size constraint, but one thing I do not like in theme park design, and I think this should be avoided at all costs, is dead ends. And Cars Land, the attraction's entrance, revolves around a dead end. So you go down the main strip of Cars Land, and at the end you have the courthouse, as you would, or town hall, or whatever it is, like in the movie. And then to its right is the attraction to Radiator Springs. The issue with that is that is a dead end. And every dead end that they've ever made is a bottleneck in a crowd nightmare. And what they should have done is figure out some spacing where that road goes, but also has outlets. So it's a loop. And right now it's a dead end and it can pile up. When they originally built the attraction, they actually had the fast pass machines right there too. So you had this dead end. So you had the attraction entrance, and then right here next to Ramon's garage in his shop was the fast pass machines. And they quickly realized this was a nightmare. Like this was a nightmare. You had people trying to get their fast passes. You had people trying to get on the attraction. You had people trying to figure out what time their fast passes were supposed to come back. So then they moved the fast passes to where it's tough to be a Bugs fast pass entry point was. So that is a design criticism, that anytime you make a bottle like a dead end in theme park design is just a no-go. You cannot do it. It's my worry with Ratatouille is that it also ends in a dead end. I think it'll be okay. It's pretty big in that spot, but once again, it's a dead end. Don't build dead ends. It's why Critter Country now kind of works. It's kind of not a dead end anymore because you can go all the way to Frontierland now through Star Wars Land. That's a design flaw that kind of frustrates me because it just gets like such a bottleneck back there, and it's tough for cast members because Cars Land has quite a few things going on at its entrance. You have your standby queue, you had your fast pass queue, you had your single rider queue, and you had your parent swap stuff. So cast members are trying to do a lot in that area. And when it's just piled up, people are running around not knowing where to go because it's tight and confined. It's tough on them. So I would have designed that a little bit different. I'm going to put that there for safety. And then I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to put that there. I think that should work, right, Kaz? many hours does Scar spend in Roller Coaster Tycoon? I care not to say. I care not to say, actually. You remember when we had monitors that were like CRT monitors? Like if you were on a CRT monitor for like any length of time, it did something to the old brain. And I remember the first time I hit Roller Coaster Tycoon, I'm not even joking. I never looked away for all day. Like I put it in and it was like 11 o'clock at night and I'm still. And like that night, like my head and like I was dizzy and I was like woozy.
Prismarine equals life. Don't know if you'd remember that. I remember watching you during season 5. I was 14 then, I'm 18 now. Thank you for all the good times.
Prismarine equals life. Like that feels like it's on the top of my head. I remember it, but dude, that's awesome. Way back in old season 5 when we were building Scar City. I appreciate you being there, being with me for all that time. I hope you enjoyed all the videos and streams we've done. Like, and I appreciate you and the support very, very much. Wow, that was a long time ago. I'm so old. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for sending me back on memory lane. I appreciate that. All right, villager. How about you stand there? Oh, wait. Hold on. We got this. We're gonna go like that for now, and you should be able to walk. Come on. Hey, I heard it's really cool if you stand on moss. Yeah, just stand on the moss. Like it's really good for your feet. You get your toes in there. It's really soft. That's right. I told you. It's amazing. Oh wait. Hold on. We can get that out of the way. That's right. Like moss is amazing, my friend. I know. It's crazy how great moss is. Like it's good for your feet. Kind of feel like you're. No. You stay on your moss. You stay on your moss. You stay on your moss, mister. Ah, fixed. We fixed it. My headphones are falling off. I gotta do some maintenance on these headphones. Like, you know, I probably wear these 12 hours a day editing and recording and stuff. It's the worst. It's the worst. they're like, the cups are all worn out. Like, there's nothing wrong with the headphones themselves. Like I just need to replace like this cord's messed up. I need to replace the cups around here. And then I think they'll be like brand new headphones. Because everything else is fine. Where'd you come from, by the way? Hello? There we are. Don't know where that came from. That's fine. Let's just break this. Okay, we're gonna have to get another one of those. That's gone. So Carsland. So yeah, I would have designed the road different. And of course, when I say this is from somebody who didn't know all the regulations when it comes to building, budget constraints, space constraints. I'm just saying I don't like dead ends, and I think that area could have been designed better. I was a bit disappointed in one regard with Carsland was the flying tires ride. I think what somebody said it really well was that unfortunately the attraction had to be lawyer proof, and it kind of took away some of the fun that attraction could have been, because it was like so like designed not to cause any pain, so like no issue. So then it turned into just something people just kind of like sat on and bobbed up and down. Okay, so we got this guy, this guy. Okay, this one here. So yeah, it was the thing with that attraction was it was one thing that like my mom and I could actually like, we were good at it. A lot of people sat on the flying saucer, or no, it wasn't flying saucer. If you're not familiar, was an attraction that was in Tomorrowland for a very short time during the 60s, and then it was gone. And then when Carsland came back, one of the things that they wanted to do was try to revive that attraction with modern technology, but and the design of it was flying tires to fit in with the Carsland theme. Unfortunately, as I said, they kind of over-engineered it to the point where it didn't really work. You had to get very technical with the attraction to make it function, if you will. You had to know how to like rotate it, how to get the air under it to make you fly, because it's essentially a giant hockey table if you're not familiar. So like air blows and it lifts it off the ground ever so slightly. So you had to be very precise on how you tilted the vehicle to make it go forward. If you went too hard, you would bottom out. If you didn't have enough weight pushing forward, you just would sit flat. So eventually they just replaced it with like dancing cars. So that's what it is now. It's a little bit sad. It's not really a criticism. It's just kind of a disappointment that attraction was kind of it could have been better, I guess. I've never been on Junkyard Jamboree, but I think people like that quite a bit. So in essence, within that land, the only thing I would say, if you were to say what could have been better, what could have been better was a smaller scale dark ride. Something small, so not everything was just like a flat spinner style attraction. I think that could have been nice, or replace that dark ride with, like, which was in the concept, was a drive-through diner style restaurant, which I think could have been really cool. But in all reality, Cars Land is nearly a perfect land attraction. Everything is just fantastic with it. It's so good, like, you don't want to get off the ride. You just want to keep going. You want to keep riding and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's fabulous. Any other attractions you want me to ruin? Oh man, you guys must be really bored of Disney talk. No. We were having fun up here. Please no. Please come back. You really wanted to go right back to your home, didn't you? That's where you started from, but you're going to your new home. Let's see, you like the Disney talk? Well, I appreciate it. Like, I have a lot of useless knowledge in my head, so I like to pass on my useless knowledge to other people. We talked about Peter Pan in another stream not that long ago, about like how they used some of the Chicken of the Sea, parts in it when they renovated Fantasyland in '84. Grim Gaming Network, thank you so much for the 3-month free subscription. Very much appreciated, my friend. And Phoenix, thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. King Carl 72, thank you for the 3 months. Very much appreciated. Very much. Thank you for the support. Very much appreciated. Okay, you are going to this one. Okay, sweet. Let's reconfigure these windows, and we should give him a nice little home here. This goes right there. Beautiful. I think that's what. Guys, what did we do again? What was it? We did. Okay, I was like drawing a blank for a second. I'm like, how do we fix this? Oh, it was like this and like that. Nailed it. Ooh, my back. Like that. Beautiful. Sweet. And then, you guessed it, double carpets up to the top. Bam! We nailed it. We did it. Last one here. Let's see. I knew somebody mentioned. I won't kill you forever on Disney Talk. Somebody mentioned Inspiration 4. It was fun watching. I was a little, I guess, I would say like disappointed. I mean, I don't know what exactly, but I was just surprised, I guess, the way it went down in the end. I thought it would have been a little bit different, I guess. I thought the way it was kind of billed, I guess, was that it was kind of like obviously by the name, like inspiration, like there would have been, you know, some actual like high resolution photos. Maybe more like videos with the crew and stuff like that from space, but I guess that's not what it was, I guess, in the end. I guess what I was really hoping for from that was that we would get a 24-hour feed from the exterior camera. Obviously, nobody wants an exterior 24-hour feed of the interior of the capsule, right? You know, people are, you know, living in there, you know, people use the bathroom, of course. So like in a 24-hour, I was really hoping for a 24-hour exterior camera showing the cupola. That would have been so cool.
Testing, is the mic on? No clue how Twitch works. Also, your sorting system won't work on enchanted books.
What? Really? Panda, what are these things you're telling me? After all that, nobody told me up until now that my sorting system won't work on enchanted books? Unless I read it in the comments and I forgot. Shoot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. They don't stack. So I guess when they go through the filter.
Fun Star Wars question I saw the other day. If you could do either a live-action remake of the Clone Wars series, or an animated remake of the prequel movies, which would you pick?
Animated remake of the prequel. Animated remake of the prequels. Animated, yes, for sure. Animated remake of the. You could get better dialogue. That's like my one thing that annoys me. It's like the dialogue's a little clunky. So we can fix it through animation. It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. I'll take that. I'll take that one. We'll just fix those little awkward dialogue things that kind of take you out of the moment, and it'll be like, nailed it. Yeah, let's fix it. We'll fix it in post. I love that. Okay, well, all right. We'll reconfigure the sorting system then. Oh man, that's a bummer. All right then. All right, where were we? Where were we? Where were we? Let's see. So, let's see. What advice would you give someone who is facing a future living in a wheelchair? I have, let's see, man, words are hard. Words are hard at 2 hours. Generic disc disease and my spinal cirrhosis. I was told the next 15 years to put me in a wheelchair with my weeks. I think I can only say from my own personal experience. I would say for if you know that this will be a reality in your future, if this will be a reality in your future, you have time to acclimate, if that makes sense. You have time to kind of figure out kind of what works, kind of set up areas maybe in your home and stuff like that. Make things, easier, more accessible. On like an Outlook perspective, I think the best bet would be just to try it on, if that makes sense. Like just get used to it. You have time to kind of get used to it. Eventually you'll understand that the wheelchair is not hurting you. Actually, if it's not set up right, it will. But it's not hurting you, it's helping you. You use it as a tool. It's something that becomes a part of you as how you operate your life. It's hard to explain in a way, but a lot of people when they first get in it, they resent, they hate the chair. Obviously, I went through some of the similar things, but when you go a little more into your future and you're living through it, you understand like it's not your enemy. It's actually there to help you. And I think that's something that takes a little bit of time, and obviously something to remember, and this is good advice in general, is things don't happen instantly. I can say that eventually you will get to this point, but you will get to that point on your own time, and your own time is perfectly fine for however you get there, if that makes sense. Some people might get used to it instantly, some people might take years, if never. And where you fall into is however you fall into it, and that is perfectly fine. I know some people, like when you get, and I've had this too, and people are like, hey, this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, and if it doesn't happen in some timeline that your brain tells you it's going to happen in, you can kind of sink into a bit of a downward spiral. But just remember, you find your way in your own unique way. But I think in the end, it really does come down to the fact of you will understand that chair is there not to hinder you, but to help you. And I think that's the best piece of advice I can give you, is to try to get into that mindset. But remember, that mindset takes time to get into, and that mindset, and however long it takes you to get there, it's not a reflection on you like feeling bad or anything in your chair. Like you've got to go through those feelings, if that makes sense. You've got to like plow the field to like get to the other end. Like, but in general, I think wheelchair technology has come a long ways in that regard. Like, you know, like as long as you can, you know, get something that's somewhat fitted to you, advice on a really practical level would be, you know, get something like a Roho cushion. You'll never feel your butt. You'll never feel your butt again, because you basically just float on air. It's very comfortable. And yeah, wheelchairs are not fun. They're not fun. Like, but at the end of the day, they're the tool to make you live your life. Without it, you don't live your life. And that's where I'm at the moment with it. I went through the same thing with my feeding tubes, having holes in my stomach, having stuff drained out of my stomach 24 hours. Like all that stuff was horrible in the beginning and you just wanted it gone immediately. And I still do, but I also see it in another light as that I would feel a lot worse and be in a worse place if I didn't have these things. Yes, they're an inconvenience. Yes, they're an inconvenience on other people. And the list goes on, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to live without them and I wouldn't be able to have the life that I have without them. And that's how I kind of like cope with those things, knowing that. But all this stuff, as I said a million times now, comes in time and you will find your way eventually. And don't see someone else's pathway as being the exact pathway that you will eventually fall into, if that makes sense. You'll find it in your own way, in your own time. But I wish you the absolute best luck in the world. I know you'll be able to make it through this. And then on another unrelated note, and this is general for anybody with any kind of issue, is always stay up with whatever research is going on in your field that pertains to any chronic or diseases, injuries, anything like that. Keep up. The internet is a great way to find experts, not be a quote unquote Facebook expert. So find people that are experts in hospitals and accredited hospitals that, you know, work on these diseases, work on these injuries, work on anything, etc. Always kind of stay up with it. And two is always get a second opinion. Always get a second opinion. Sometimes that's not going to yield anything, but sometimes you will be very surprised when you'll find one doctor over here who is really, you know, like they're kind of an older fella, you know. This is what's hard sometimes, actually. You have an old doctor over here who's seen everything and might be able to pick out something so obscure through their extensive years of practicing medicine that nobody else would have known. But other times you'll find that they can be very stubborn and not always up to date on some of the newer research. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. A new doctor might be real passionate. They might be up on something that new people didn't learn in medical school, but they don't have that extensive knowledge. So it's just kind of finding the right balance of doctors, I've found a little bit. But yeah, always try to keep up on research and stuff like that. It's important. Like a lot of times it yields nothing, but sometimes you'll be surprised. But yeah, that's some of the advice I can give. All right, are you all invisible again? Yep, you're all bouncing around. Is there anyone here? No, there's no one there. Okay, actually, guys, I think we did it. We got all these ones in here. We did it.
Love your content. Today is my son Gideon's 10th birthday. Thank you for being such an inspiration.
Oh, dude. Well, first of all, tell Gideon happy birthday. That's awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching. Yeah, so thank you so much for the support. Very much appreciated. Once again, Gideon, happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday. Let's see, totally weird. Thank you for the brand new subscription. Very much appreciated. Very much. And Apollo 7410, thank you so much for the bits. And Lyra Gaming, thank you for the 1 month. Back to Inspiration 4. I kind of I guess I thought it was more like they were actively trying to like raise money from space. So there would be lots of little things here and there that they were doing and stuff. But I guess that really wasn't the plan. I don't know. That was fine. I think it looked like they had fun, and they raised $210 million. That has to be the most money that St. Jude has ever raised, like $210 million. So 100 from the Isaacman, and then 110 million was raised. That's a lot of money. That'll go. St. Jude's a great hospital that does a ton of research. They treat their patients and their families so well that I wish more hospitals would take note of and be like, hey, we should do that. Not all of them can practically do that, but a lot of them could do a lot better. And let me tell you, it's the same with like Mayo Clinic. Like a lot of hospitals could mimic the way Mayo Clinic does stuff, but they don't. So yeah, it's very nice to see that you know, that money will go towards a lot of research towards childhood cancer and helping a lot of like families and patients and stuff. So that's cool. I still wanted that 24-hour live feed from the cupola like they did with the Tesla. Remember when they launched the Tesla and it was orbiting Earth and they had that 24-hour live feed? And you could just stare like at the Earth going by. I was really hoping we would see something like that. But nah, we didn't get that. But it would have been cool. It would have been cool. We just got like a 5-second. We got like a 5-second like clip on SpaceX's Twitter of it. Still looked cool. Still looked cool. But I love watching that Tesla floating in space. Like just because it was a live feed. Like how often do we ever see like a legitimate live feed from space? That's what was so cool. Like you just like look down on the Earth. That was awesome. That's what I was hoping. Also not a huge fan of Tesla. We're not really talking about Tesla. We're talking about space, but all right. Yeah. I wish we could have got that live feed. if they wanted to raise money, like I feel like they need a YouTuber's mind. Like if they would have done a live feed, right? And they had, you know, like that live feed going and then had like a feed of people donating to St. Jude flowing, I think they could have raised more money. I mean, the amount of money that they raised was mostly from like corporations and wealthy people who had donated a ton of money. Like if they were looking for small dollar donations, they could have done something like that where somebody just gave, you know, $1, $5, $10, like the average small dollar donation from a normal person. Like, and also if they wanted to get really fancy, they could have got one of those, like, you know, it's lightweight, they're small, like those foldable LED panels that would have showed somebody's name. They could have put it up in the cupola, like your name projected in space. That'd have been cool. that's like a YouTuber's mentality. Like this would have been great for content. This would have been fun. That's how I would have like designed their fundraiser, but I guess they were going after more like corporations and wealthy individual donors. But it seemed like they had fun, and I think we are actually missing one villager. Shoot. Yeah. I thought I had counted out the right. No, there he is. There he is. I knew it. I knew I counted the right number of villagers. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I counted the right number of villagers. I knew it. Bolo 7410, thank you so much for the gifted subscription. Very much appreciated. And Vano, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Also to the community, is very generous and very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. Very, very, very much appreciated. Very, very, very generous of you, of course. I appreciate that very, very much. And of course, if you were given a gifted subscription, please thank them very much for your gifted subscription. And if you're new around here, make sure you join us on Discord. And you got all your jelly motes you can use. Blip76, thank you for the brand new subscription, very much appreciated. And Chicken Dude 80, thank you for the brand new subscription, also very much appreciated. And Comics 18, thank you so much for the brand new subscription, also very much appreciated. You working through your issues? Good. Wait for him to finish his issue. Let's see. Sons, thank you for the brand new subscription. Also very much appreciated. And Dizzy Desert, thank you so much for the brand new subscription. Also very much appreciated. Dude, don't you think that would be cool? Like your name in space, like those little foldable LED panels that could, you know, say your name or whatever. They could, you know, put that up in the cupola for a second, and like, you know, when somebody donated, like the name appeared on there. That's how a YouTuber would have done their fundraising. Horsehouse 88, thank you so much for the brand new subscription. Also very much appreciated. But Did you guys hear? So I thought this was interesting. So in the press conference after with SpaceX talking about the mission, like most things worked out really well. The only issues they had was the fan broke on the toilet. And they had a temperature sensor issue on one of the Dracos, but Dracos have redundancy built in, so it wasn't really an issue for crew safety or mission success. But they mentioned that ever since that mission has happened, that they're like now booking these missions like 3 years out. I'm like, whoa. Oh, we're going to see a lot. This is what people are saying now. We might see. So when was the first? When was Yuri Gagarin? When did he go to space? What year was that? Why am I drawing a blank? When did he go to space? When did he go to space? It would have been 50. Was it 53? It was definitely not. Shoot, I am drawing an absolute blank on when he went to space. Was it 61? Yeah. Oh, so it was April 12th, 1961. Okay, so a little earlier than I thought. That was in the late 50s. Okay. So think about when he went to space and the start of this decade. So you go from like 60s, 70s, 80s, you go all the way up. The amount of people that traveled into space is give or take like 600 something people, right? The next decade, that could be tripled or quadrupled in the next decade, and then following that even more so. We might see more people in the 2022, 2023, 2024, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. We might see more people in just that one decade travel to space than we did in all those other decades. Which is just that slowly. It's slow. It's a slow process. We will see more and more and more and more and more and more access to space soon, and that's quite exciting. I know a lot of people are pretty upset where they think it's just like, it's a billionaire's game, and obviously it is right now. But I'll also see it in a more of a wider, higher resolution perspective. Is that so was stagecoaches at one point, so was ocean liners, so was airplanes. It just takes time to mature and develop into something where now we can get on an airplane. I saw a round trip deal from where I live to France for $380. It's the lowest airfare I've ever seen in my life. Could you at some point space travel will be to a point where it is more financially viable for more people. Right now it's not. Right now that technology is so far in its infancy, but eventually it will not be. Eventually Starship's going to come online where it's bringing up hundreds of people instead of 4. So it just takes time. So I'm very optimistic that a lot of great technology will be developed in the next decade, which will be really cool. It's just crazy to think, at one point going to, flying on an airplane was only for the very, very wealthy. And like I said, now I'm not even joking. Like I saw an airfare, I think it was to Greece. I'm pretty sure it was to Greece. It was $550. And now $550, that is a lot of money. But when you compare it to something where you're traveling thousands of miles, covering oceans and continents, and then be able to come home, and also while sitting in an air-conditioned seat with like food, like in a decade or 2 or 3, space travel will look more and more and more like air travel eventually. It's gonna take time. It's definitely not gonna happen overnight. And space travel, it'll always never be for everybody. It'll never be for everybody because not everybody wants to, and not everybody can deal with like the forces, the vertigos, and all the different things that come along with it. Some of that will be mitigated, I think, in the deeper future, but for now, it's pretty exciting. Come on, little buddy. Here we go. You're on your way.
Hello, Scar, my
Hello.
friend. It is _so_ good to see you less than 3.
Well, hello there, Evil Notion. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. You guys were streaming real late. Like what, on Friday with I was like, I think I saw it on Twitter. I was like, wow, you guys are still streaming. So how was oh, I missed the rail. How was Among Us? I haven't played Among Us in forevers. 4 hours. Oh wow, that is a long time. I actually have to go from the bottom. I have to go from the bottom. That's awesome. Well, it's good seeing you, Evil. It's good seeing you. Thank you so much for the bits. Very, very, very much appreciated. Hopefully you're doing well. Words with Scar. The words are hard with Scar, Silver. And just wait. Did I double carpet this? Now I have indecision. I don't know if I did or not. We're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to go out the window. Let's see. I can't remember if I did or not. Oh, I did. Is this minecart just too big for the hole? Like, I don't get this. No, come on. No. Why couldn't you sit here? It's a nice hole. Like, it's perfect size. You're telling me that's more comfortable than that? You're not having a mud bath, you're having a moss bath. Can I cheat this somehow and not have him fly down? Like, can I put some like blocks behind him maybe? Just go. You're fine. Just go. You don't love me. Fine, go down. Go down if you want to so much. Also, watching Inspiration 4 was way more fun than watching the other missions recently. Like, this was like a real mission to space, not like a roller coaster. It was fun watching the Netflix documentary with especially, I think it was Haley, the one from St. Jude, the doctor. She didn't know much about space. Like, that really wasn't like something that she was, like super into or something. So she was like, and we're going to the moon. And it's like, no, we're not going to the moon. And then it was like, and you're going to be traveling 17,500 miles an hour. And she's like, whoa, that's fast. But it looked like in the end, like she was having a ton of fun and got super into it, especially flying like those fighters. Oh my gosh, why are you doing the things that you do? Why do you choose to do the things that you do? As Michael Scott said once long ago, I hate so much the things that you choose to be, Toby. You are literally the Toby of this office here. I hope you know that. I hope you know that, villager. You're Toby. That's right, you're Toby. Why of all the villagers, why are you doing, what was different about this guy than this guy? Why does he have a bigger hitbox? I don't get it. What was he snacking while we were up here? What? I don't get it. Come on, guy. Like, what in the world? All right, I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling. I have a great feeling. Yes, I knew I had a feeling. I had a feeling. It was a strong feeling. All right, so let's be really, really careful about this. We're gonna be super careful, face. Real careful here. We're gonna do everything right. Everything correct. I think we're good. I think we don't need to do this, but for safety, I think we will. Don't think we need to, but for safety. All right, checked. I think we checked off the box on all of those. And bam. Yes. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, this is gonna be great. With them disappearing is a little annoying, I'll say that, but we can work with it. We can work with it. We got 3 farmers too to come up here. But look at this. Oh, great success. F3 and B. What does that do? I shouldn't do this on stream, but I thought that was going to crash the stream. Okay, what are we looking at with this F3B business? And this guy's real bouncy, by the way. None of the other ones are bouncy. What am I doing wrong here? Let me check the chat here. Yeah, why is he a bouncy fella? This whole floor is cursed, I'll tell you that right now. Hitboxes, 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 hitboxes. What is his... What? I'm just confused. Okay, so what's different from this guy than this one? He's over-caffeinated. He's I mean, obviously it's just a trampoline, right? Right, male? But oh man, I don't get it. I don't get it. It is a double carpet.
I always want to give bits but never know what to say, so here is a really big hi. Glad you are doing better this week. It is always an absolute joy to hear you talk about your passions. Your positivity.
Yeah, it's not a double. It's not a double. Dang it. Spring Fire 1994. Thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. And I'm glad you like listening to it. Like, I know not everybody's always into this space or Disney talk, but I always find, like, even if I'm not into something, like if it's a fun conversation, which I hope it is, it's always enjoyable. At least I hope it is. I mean, even if people aren't super into Disney, at least they can take what I really try to get through to people when I talk about theme parks and stuff like that is that you can take elements of these theme parks and use it to inspire your building in Minecraft. And that's what I always say for people who aren't interested in the slightest of roller coasters or dark rides or trackless technology. Like, what you can learn from theme parks is so valuable to making your builds better in Minecraft. And that's why I always recommend, like, learning about John Hench, learning about Mark Davis, learn about how these people thought in new ways, because all these guys started out as animators and then they got thrown into this world of theme parks. They had no idea what to do, so they tried to take what they learned and like manipulate it in a way to make it work in this sense that they've taken the drawings and turned them into real life. And it's great that all these little things that they learned is great for designing things in Minecraft. Because you're creating in Minecraft a themed environment. You're creating something of nothing. Minecraft is basically a theme park in a weird way if you think about it. Like the Wild West town over here to the space themed over there to the ancient Egypt area over there. You're not, those aren't real things. You're creating those things. And that's the exact same thing that theme parks are. They are not real, they are created. And so you can learn a lot from the people who create those things in real life and how they position pathways, how guests flow through things, how people perceive things, how you can build a phenomenal building, but does it have life? Does it have reason? Does it have purpose? And so that's where Disneyland and the Imagineers come in, is how they solve those problems and how you can learn from that and implement it into your Minecraft building. And that's how you take your Minecraft building to the next level, in my opinion. So that's what I always wanted people to take away from that. Let's see, I wasn't in the space until I started watching you on live stream, but I enjoy it. I'm also a big Disney nerd, so no complaints. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's the space stuff's fun. We live in a special time for people who love science engineering right now, because SpaceX has said, okay, we're tired of how slow this is progressing. Let's actually do something finally, instead of just make, contractors and stuff billions of dollars and not actually produce anything. It's like, we throw all this money into aerospace and we get nothing for it for decades and decades. And now we're landing, like a rocket takes off now, it goes up to space, puts a satellite into orbit, and then it comes back down and lands on an autonomous drone ship in the ocean. And then the drone ship brings it back to port. And then you repeat that 10 more times. The flight leading booster for SpaceX is 10 launches. Like, what other company's doing anything like that? Nobody. Like, nobody has a vision. Nobody has a passion. And it's cool. Like, it's cool to see. It's exciting. Like, I love engineering and I love that stuff. So seeing that stuff just gets me excited. Like, I'm obviously not a rocket engineer, but just seeing people do great stuff just inspires me and my own stuff to do better, to work harder, to to do something. Blue Origin, I'm sad with Blue Origin, really, to be honest with you. Like, they have great engineers, great talent there, but they're, I think, kind of being held back by some of the, I don't know, some of their recent like PR stuff was a little bit disappointing to me. But I think they'll learn from that. I think they'll learn from that. They have the potential to do great things. They just need to spend less time like doing PowerPoint presentations and more on creating hardware. PowerPoint presentations is stop making salty infographics, really, because they have potential to do great stuff, and I think they will. They just gotta stop. They gotta stop. Because we all are on team space in the end. We just need to get there. Let's see. Let me check on the chat. Would I be an engineer if I was not on different indices? I would be an Imagineer working at Disney right now if I wasn't. I was recently found some paperwork that I had when I was like late teens. Where do you guys keep coming from? Leave me alone. I did this class with a former Imagineer who created his own company that services theme parks and stuff like that. And like he was talking about like me in the class, just to pump my tires a little bit, that he said that I was like he had never seen anybody like have the ideas that I have the passion that I have the ability to like do something great in this industry. And he wanted to facilitate like an internship when it came to that point, because he saw something in me that he was excited to see flourish a little bit. And that was like my rallying cry. Like when I got that, I'm like, dude, I could do this. Like this is something that I could do. Like, after taking that course and, corresponding with him a little bit, and he was talking about his wife who works at the company and this and that. And unfortunately, like 2 years or a year later, that I got sick, and that whole progression on my life, be a competitive swimmer, moving towards this goal, just went out the window. But as I said, like I'm not somebody who just rolls over and just gives up. I like creating things. I like doing stuff. I love making stuff, and I'm able to do that with YouTube. I created my own thing out of nothing, literally out of nothing. Out of 0 subscribers, we together as like a community created something cool, something that hopefully puts out a good message, hopefully inspires people, hopefully gives people some good ideas for things, and gives them a laugh once in a while. That's honestly what I wanted to do with Imagineering anyway. Like, I had fun going to Disneyland, and I wanted to create the things that made people happy and stuff like that. So when I went to Disney World, and last time I went to Disney World was in 1998, and I remember saying, like, I want to create the things that people like. I have so much fun here. Like, I want to create the things like this that make people happy. And if my videos do that in the slightest, then that makes me happy. Like, if I know like one person laughed or had fun, then that's all I really need. What is the system I created back here? Like, I need this villager and this one, and I had 3 of these. I guess one of them died, or one of them maybe his occupation changed. I had 3 of these. Oh, they're gone. Ah, dang it. I had 3 farmers. Now I have 2. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. All right, we'll have to cook up another one. That sounds wrong. That sounded wrong. We don't cook our villagers. We like them. They're our friends. Don't cook your villagers. They are our friends. They are our friends. We need more disabled Imagineers and stuff. I'd assume there are some disabled Imagineers. I think what I'd like to do is design things for disabled people. That'd be great. Disney does a good job at that. They've done I could fault them for 10 million and 10 things, especially lately with some of this ridiculous stuff. But I can't fault them on the fact that they always have gone above and beyond to accommodate people with disabilities, with vehicles that have like, you can ride onto them, to vehicles that have little pieces that flip up so you can slide onto them, to 1,010 things. And I always say, like, they go above and beyond anyone else to do their best to accommodate people in wheelchairs and other things. And it's not easy. Like, to accommodate a park that accommodates every person and everyone's needs, that's hard, but they actually do a good job, and they do their best with it. An Imagineer who creates the vehicles, the lines, the processes, stuff like that, I'd love to do that, because I have ideas. I have ideas. Shoshoms for 174, thank you for the 2-month resubscription, very much appreciated. And Jay Live, thank you for the Prime, very much appreciated, my friend, very, very much. Villagers are not food, they are friends. That is very true. Well, my friends, I am starting to get a little worn down. We're way past 2 hours. 2 hours is my limit. We went a little past, but I was having fun. We were deep diving theme park rides, which I actually really love. Like, it's you know, it's tough. Like, sometimes, you know, if you say anything negative, people always get real upset, but I don't really say it in a negative way when I criticize the rides or the designs or whatever. I say it because I love it so much and I want the best from it, if that makes sense. So, and the only way to learn from, the only way to learn is to learn from your mistakes and to acknowledge your mistakes and learn from them. That's how you get better. That's how you progress. By denying the mistakes and repeating the mistakes in the future, you're just doing a disservice to you and a disservice to whatever it is, to viewers, to customers, whatever. Like, if you're thinking like in the theme parks, your guests, you're disservicing them or whatever. So yeah, you want to like dissect things. You're like, this worked, this didn't, this could have been better. This is how we fix and do these. These are the good things that we want to like double down on and make them better for the next time. So that's why I say things in that regard. Like, I don't like to criticize things just to criticize. That's unproductive and not needed nor appreciated, in my opinion. But if those criticisms go towards making things better in the future, then that's productive and useful, if that makes sense. But with that, my friends, the Disney rant has come to an end. A sigh of relief and a cheer in the crowd I hear from afar. Is there anyone to raid today? Let's check the chat and see if there is anyone out in the wonderful worlds of crafting. Oh, I got somebody. A wonderful person, actually. A wonderful person. Minecraft developer. Nicest dude in the world. So let's go raid. Yes, he has a panda skin. You know my feelings on pandas, and you know my feelings on pandas. But we love Yusuf. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and hopefully we'll be able to stream again in the week. And I got some more plans for that. Got 2 videos hopefully coming this week, another Hermitcraft video, and of course Third Life is starting very soon. Get ready for that. We're gonna need hashtag Scar support on this one. Losing so much footage, but I'm gonna put together the best thing I could possibly do for you guys. So until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Have a great rest of the day.